We all like lore, well most of us watching the video do at least. And in a post by Todd on the subreddit, it was confirmed that there will be lore with us very soon. They also indirectly confirmed that in a Twitter post from Anna Renee. While the image here is fine, her bio says storyboard artist, which again hints at lore being in the works. So with limited time before lore's released, I thought it would be a good idea to make a relaxed video of all the backstories or lore released by Hi-Res during the closed beta. So I'm making this video for two main reasons. Number one, to see how much they will change, if they change the lore, and number two, all of their collective lore is in one place. So sit back, relax, and let me read the lore for you. If you want to read them as well, I will leave a link below in the comments of a Google document. So without further ado, enjoy. Androxus The Godslayer. Never whisper the name Androxus, the champion who once sat atop Skull Throne of Umbria, and the mortal who dared to slay the god Nyx, lest the divines curse you as they have him. Stories are told across Crosswind of how a mortal might slay a god, but only Androxus knows what punishment such an act might bring. Barik, the Ruins Raider. Like most of his kin, Barik is loud, obnoxious, and lacks subtlety. All traits that serve him well in his profession as a Ruins Raider. No shrine, temple, or crypt is safe if Barik is around. Using devices of his own invention and with an eye to turn a profit, Barik plunders all and has made a name for himself in the Crosswind Hold. Cassie, the Hunter's daughter. Raised in Cobalt Keep and the daughter to the legendary Huntmaster Arturus, Cassie snuck away from home to find adventure and freedom, armed with her father's bow and joined by her childhood companion Ziggs. Cassie enters the land of Crosswind Hold, ready for any challenge. Evie, the Winter Witch. Prodigy to the Archmage of Stonebriar, Evie defied her master by using soul magic to bind the Ice Wraith Circes forever to her. Gaining great power and becoming immortal, she was outcast for her unholy act. Wandering the north for time unfold, no one knows why she has come to Crosswind Hold, and no one dares ask. Fernando, the self-appointed knight. It takes a special kind of man to appoint his own knighthood, and Fernando is that man. Hailing from the golden cliffs of Sunspire, Fernando travels to Crosswind Hold to spread word of his fame and glory. If there's a damp and distress, Fernando is there. Grohk The Lightning Orc. Okay, before we start, there's a side note here. Despite the goofy blue orc we know as Grohk, his lore is a little more on the darker side of things. Grohk was always a bit off. He never fit in with the other orcs. In fact, the Fire Tribe cheered when Grohk left. They laughed when he returned, proclaiming himself the prophet to Vex, the lightning god. The tribe stopped laughing when Grohk electrocuted them all. Now the shaman of the new lightning orcs of Red River, Grohk ventures into Crosswind Hold to interpret the will of Vex. Pip the Fire Thief. The secret of making liquid fire has been long guarded by the alchemists of the Iron Shrine, lest it fall into the hands that could turn it to war and profit. Pip is those hands, those tiny, tiny hands. Having stolen his gear from the alchemist, Pip races to make a name for himself in Crosswind Hold before the Iron Shrine catches up to him. Ruckus and Bolt, the worst of friends. Upon his death, the majestic elven king Boltonus bound his soul to the blade Lonmar, so that he might forever defend his kingdom from the goblin hordes of Osmenda. Ruckus found his blade, melted it down, and built his war machine from it. Many think being bound to a goblin would be insufferable, and Bolt would agree, and he makes sure Ruckus never forgets it. And finally, Skye, the Twilight assassin. Most assassins prefer to remain anonymous, but Skye thrives on the fame, and lives in the center of attention. Trained by the fabled monks of Silvermoon and outcast by violating each of her sacred vows in meticulous order, Skye enters the fight to much speculation. Whoever her next target, wives should be mindful of their husband, for it is said a single glance from Skye can destroy a man's heart. So, you'll notice how a limited number of champions have lore released. This is also to do with the fact that these were the champions that were released in very early closed beta, with the exception of Androxus. You'll also notice that Buck isn't here. So this should be the end of the video. I said it was relaxing and more of a diary entry rather than my normal heavy theorizing. But you will see some heavy theorizing in future videos, hopefully before they release lore very soon. So till next time champions, I will see you all in the realm.